Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I would like to do this Planeswalker review for you folks today. This one is covering Raw Crackling Wit. This one is a new Planeswalker that's been given to us by Webcore. So before we get any further into this video, we just gotta thank Webcore for taking good care of us as they normally do. And you know what? We're so thankful because they've given this one to us so we can take care of you folks, and then you guys can have all the information you want about this Raw Crackling Wit Planeswalker. Okay, so thank you again, Webcore. You guys have always been awesome to us. Okay, so let's talk about this one here, Ral Crackling Whip. I'll get into the abilities at this point. You can see some of the things on your screen. You got the 4 and the 4 for the mana bonuses, or the blue and the red. But like I said, the important part here that we want to get into are these abilities. So we'll get into that. The first one here is Prestige, pre-something pause. I don't know what it says, but you can read it for yourself, or maybe you can't. I can't. Prestidigitization pause. I don't know. Anyway, that's not important. The important part here is destroy a block of 3x3 gems. Pick 2 of the first 4 spell cards from your library. Create a copy of those cards in your hand. So this is a really interesting one. Obviously, it's good for spell slinger decks. I also think this is a really good one for Pyromancer's Goggles if you were to play that card. Obviously, Pyromancer's Goggles will have those activate gems on the board. If you pop this Prestige something pause, if you hit that ability, you would basically be able to destroy a block of 3/3 gems. And that's really, really good because that's going to pop some of those activate gems for you, and it's going to give you spells, right? So those spells that you get, if you're not familiar, will be free in your hand and you can use them. And I'd probably use those spells. Well, I'd probably start by saying this: Pyromancer's Goggles and then 1 spell. Don't include any other spells if you're going to go with this kind of a route, right? I would probably go with Blasphemous Act. That gives 15 damage to each creature and your opponent. And because you are able to destroy these activate gems, you're going to get 1 of those guaranteed every single time you destroy an activate gem if you go with the Pyromancer Goggles, right? So this one here is going to definitely help you to pop those activate gems with the Pyromancer's Goggles. I would also try to take a look at Coalition Victory. That's a real good spree card. You can get your opponent to discard cards, you'll exile creatures, and you'll basically get free cards the more, I guess, spree you have, the higher level sprees. So this is a really good one here. All right, the next one is Lightning Chasers. This one is another nice ability. You create 7 Otter tokens, and you get 6 mana for the first spell in your hand. Now, this is what the Otters will do. It says Prowess, deal X damage to the first opposing creature and to your opponent's Planeswalker. So Prowess is an ability that triggers when you play a card from your hand that is not a creature, right? So you play this one. It says here you can only do this once per turn, but it has some good use, right? Deal X damage to the first opposing creature and your opponent's Planeswalker. X is the number of Otter cards that you have under your control, up to 15. So you're going to be able to do some damage here. This is going to be an interesting one to use. One thing to point out that I have to make sure I mention is the power and toughness, right? You'll see it's 0/1. So this one doesn't attack on its own. What you probably have to do is put something like Graz, the Unstoppable Juggernaut. That's going to be a nice one. Graz is going to make every single one of these Otters a 5/3 creature. So if you can see what's going to happen with this, it's going to be a nice big creature, pretty good. And you only have to pay 8 to get 7 of them. So really cool there. I definitely use that also maybe with War Leader's Call, and you'll see that in the deck that I'm playing with in a few minutes. Okay, here's the last one, Storm Apprentice. Create 4 Storm Otter tokens. This is the Storm Otter right here. Again, you get the Prowess, right? So if you cast a card that's not a creature, then you can get this ability here. And this is what the ability does. Create a copy of the first spell card from your library in your hand, then copy cards in your hand gain full mana. This ability triggers only once, unfortunately. That's okay. It's still a very good ability here. At the beginning of your turn, if you control another Otter, deal X damage to your opponent's Planeswalker. X is the shields that you have on this one. So, being that you have 3 shields to start, you got 4 of them. Obviously, you'll have a bunch of shields, so this is going to do some good damage for you. I would use this one with cards like Echoes of Eternity. Obviously, what you're going to want to do is have a ton of copies in your hand. Echoes of Eternity is one of those ways that you can get some colorless cards that are copies into your hand. And of course, with this ability here, you'll get them all for free. So that's really cool. I do like this one. I think you can build entire decks around this one. You can also probably pair this one with the first ability here and just go crazy with that. That will help you as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the deck that I built here. Okay, it's called Token Domination, and I call it that for a reason. The reason is that we're going to try to load a ton of tokens on the board, right? And we put a whole ton of tokens on the board. You have cards here that are going to help you to do that and help you to create a really big advantage that you can use to win games just by loading up on those tokens. I'll show you what I mean. All right, here's the first one. This is probably going to be the card that I use to win games, well, the most games with this particular deck. It says here, when a creature you control is reinforced for the first time each turn, this support gains X shield. X is the number of that creature's reinforcements times 3. So obviously we're going to try to get a load of reinforcements, right? Let's say you got a stack of 20, right? So maybe the first one plus 20 extras. You're going to get a really, really big boost to this one's shield here, right? That's going to be 20 times 3 equals 60 for the shield here. And the reason I say this is a game ender card is that you have this ability here. Deal X damage to your opponent's planeswalkers. X is this support shield. So what's going to happen is I'd be able to hit this. It's going to cost me 0. And then I'm going to just load tons of damage on the opponent. I'm going to have to probably do this once or twice, maybe 3 times in a game. And then that's basically it. All right. So what you're going to want to do, obviously, with this card is load tokens. And this is one of the cards that will help you just load tokens, right? Tons and tons of tokens. Fuss is another one here. It's good for tokens. Token creatures get +2/+2 for each of their reinforcements. So it's going to make them into a nice, big, nasty creature. If you don't want to use this side, you can use this side here, right? Create 5 Thopters. So again, you get those tokens. That's going to be really good. As I pointed out earlier, you get token creatures from here too, right? So that's going to be a part of this deck. We're going to be able to use that. And really, I think that's going to be one of the strengths here. Now, we talked about War Leader's Call earlier. This is War Leader's Call. When this support enters the board, your creatures get +2/+2. When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, deal 2 damage to each opposing creature. So this is going to be really good because when those tokens come into play, we're going to be doing damage to our opponent's creatures, getting them off the board. And really, that's just the way that you want to win with this deck. All right. You can see the rest here. I'm going with these 2 to try to get some draw going, try to get the abilities going. Hopefully we're going to have this. We're going to be able to launch it several times in this next game, and then you can probably win it like that. All right, let's take a look at some gameplay. All right, so as we get to this gameplay, I'm really hoping to get that War Leader's Call out early. If I can get War Leader's Call out early, alongside Thopter Spy Network, that's going to be great. We're hoping also for Jessica super early. If we can get that going, that's going to be awesome. Now, if you're playing with this one at home, I'd say this is a definite deck that you can probably build as long as you have a lot of these cards. And what I would say from the play testing that I've done with this deck, I'd have to say that you got to play some defense first, right? Some decks you can just go crazy playing offense and not have to worry, but this one is a deck that you're definitely going to want to play the defense first, and then make sure that you're able to hold your opponent. And here's a way we're going to do that with a sugar coat right there. Smashes that incoming dragon. Now, we got some good defensive abilities because we're going to be able to play those washaways. I believe they're called washaway. It's a support that will get rid of your opponent's cards. War Leader's Call, that's perfect. A wash out. Okay, so I tell you what, I'd love to play War Leader's Call right now, but I'm going to make sure I can play some defense first. And that's just one of the ways, you know, you got to play test your decks. You have to know your decks. And a lot of times you just got to know exactly what to do at any given point. And that's kind of the situation with this one here. There we go. Want to play the defense first with this particular deck. Okay, I'm going to go with this. And that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping to get another Cascade there. And we did get one, so that's cool. Alright, I'm hoping they play a creature because I want to show you what the War Leader's Call does and just how amazingly effective it is. Fuss. Okay, Fuss is a good one. We'll go War Leader's Call. I'll tell you what, I'll hold it like this. You know what? I'm gonna flip it just because it's got more mana on that one side. Alright, I'm hoping for Jessica. Jessica, if we can get that, that's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be one of those that really makes a good video for you guys and really can show you what this deck does. So let's see if we can get Jessica. One thing that's really cool is that you can just see right there I drew a card, and you might be like, wait, you drew a card? Why did you draw a card? Well, you draw a card with the Thopter Spy Network anytime you have a creature that's a token that attacks, right? Oh, sweet, Jessica right there. Okay, tell you what we'll do. We're gonna go for Jessica here. That's really just what I was hoping for. That's gonna be a really, really good addition. You're gonna be able to see how this deck works as long as we get Jessica out. Okay, that's a good card there. I'm probably gonna have to start to deal with that one. I'm looking... Oh, actually, why am I worried? We had the War Leader's Call, and you could see what the War Leader's Call did, right? All of these that are coming in will start doing damage to the opposing creatures. It's kind of like what I was saying. I hope I found that we could do, right? And it turns out that yes, we can do it, so that's cool. I'll get these otters out, and looks like we're gonna win this game on the next turn, folks. I know they got 99. I know that's a lot, but really what we got going on is we got Jessica coming out. Jessica's nice. I tell you what, this is what we'll do. Yeah, we'll use this. Why is it not clicking? There we go. Alright, and then this will get us started. As I look here, I'm gonna go with this. Jessica's coming out. She's got 2 for her shield, right? That's the default shield. I'm gonna go like this, and you'll see the shield bump up when this guy gets the reinforcements. Boom, it's 50, right? So that's nice. And you know what? I'm wondering, I'm not gonna do the math real quick, but I think we could... Oh, we're not gonna win it on this turn. Shucks. But anyway, you'll see what's going on, right? Jessica's a really good one. We're gonna hit this for the 50 that we just pulled. Boom, right there. And yeah, I tell you what, this is gonna be done on the next turn, folks. So that's it for me. I hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe, share with all your friends. That really helps the channel. And this is gonna be the last of it here, folks. You can see, look at that, 113. That's crazy for the shield. That means it's gonna do 113 damage. So cool. Anyway, like I said, like and subscribe, share with all your friends. That helps the channel. And good gaming, guys.